making her the first athlete since Michael Jordan to get their own signature basketball from Wilson. She also becomes the first WNBA player to get her own signature basketball.
The WNBA is in shock right now, and honestly, it should be. Caitlin Clark is proving, day after day, why she's a once-in-a-generation superstar. She just became the first athlete since Michael Jordan to earn her own signature basketball line. Yes, that Michael Jordan, the most iconic and influential athlete on the planet. And now,
Just something that no athlete is.
in her rookie year, Caitlin has entered that rare air. But her impact stretches far beyond basketball fans. She's shaking the entire sports world. Caitlin's talent sits on a completely...
It was like Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, probably eventually Caitlin Clark, where it's like individual people make an entire country tune into their sport.
1,000.
Like hockey was never bigger than when Wayne Gretzky was playing it, and it was ridiculous how much it grew the sport.
different level. One most players can only dream of touching. And when someone rises that fast, that high, jealousy comes with the territory. Haters appear. Critics get louder. But that's what happens when you're dominating the game and redefining a culture at the same time. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a movement. Everyone is watching her every step, supporters and skeptics alike. She's rewriting what's possible not just
her and my family. Yeah, the crazy thing is I'm just seeing her last year when I played LSU.
for women's basketball, but for sports as a whole. Her groundbreaking partnership with Wilson Sporting Goods makes her the first athlete since Jordan to have her own signature basketball collection. This isn't a logo slapped on a ball. It's a statement. A declaration that women in sports are done settling for scraps. For decades, women's basketball has been overlooked, underfunded, disrespected. Clark is tearing those barriers down one by one. From breaking Pete Maravica's all-time NCAA scoring record to carrying Iowa to national prominence, she built her legacy step by step. And now the world is scrambling to catch up. Comparing Caitlin to Michael Jordan might sound bold, until you look closely. MJ turned basketball into a global phenomenon. Caitlin is doing the same for women's sports. She has the skill, the swagger, and the star power to pull in fans who never cared about the WNBA before. And the numbers don't lie. Games featuring Caitlin Clark nearly tripled the league's average viewership. National broadcasts are pulling in over 1.3 million viewers, numbers that would get NBA executives sweating. The Indiana Fever shattered attendance records with over 340,000 fans packing
Michael Jordan. Like, I know you're not a major basketball.
Him, I know.
But she is the Michael Jordan.
arenas this season. This isn't a trend. It's a revolution. The WNBA social media exploded too. 157 million video views in the first week alone, up 380% from last year. And driving that momentum? Caitlin Clark. She's a gold mine. Merchandise sales are smashing records, and Fever gear alone skyrocketed an unbelievable 1,193%. Major sponsors are pouring in, boosting the league's media value to $136 million, nearly half of it tied directly to Caitlin and the Fever. Supporting women's sports isn't charity anymore. It's smart business. Her influence even reaches the local economy. In Indianapolis alone, Caitlin Clark is estimated to be worth $36 million, from ticket sales to local businesses booming on game nights. That's the power of a true cultural icon. And the world is paying attention. In 2024, Time magazine named her Athlete of the Year, not Women's Athlete, not Basketball Player, Athlete. That title is reserved for people who fundamentally reshape what's possible. That's exactly what Clark is doing. Off the court, she's just as commanding. When she walked into Time in New York City, it wasn't just an appearance, it was a message. Athletes belong everywhere, from boardrooms to red carpets. The Tiger Woods comparisons aren't exaggerations. Tiger transformed golf.
That she's been put over some pretty big names. In fact, some worldwide, huge, international names. Two of them being...
But her rise hasn't been without drama. Some WNBA veterans aren't thrilled about the spotlight she's getting. And can you blame them? Her instant fame is exposing long-standing issues, pay gaps, lack of recognition, a league that has struggled for decades to get the respect it deserves. Caitlin didn't create the tension. Her success just made it impossible to ignore. The WNBA is finally responding. The league invested $50 million into charter flights and is negotiating a new CBA to raise player salaries. Not out of kindness, out of necessity. Caitlin's momentum is forcing change. Her influence is even sparking conversations about WNBA expansion. For years, the league needed to grow. Now, with arenas filled and audiences booming, expansion isn't optional, it's urgent. Caitlin Clark made that demand impossible to ignore. And then there's her $28 million
on a worldwide marketability list for athletes to be ahead of both Messi and Ronaldo is quite impressive. She's ahead of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is
a Nike deal. That's not just a contract, that's a statement. Female athletes aren't just catching up to men in value. They're proving they are the value. Caitlin Clark is setting the standard, and the world is finally realizing it.
A lot of people weren't willing or were a bit reluctant to appreciate the game on this young white sister of ours.
So now the question isn't whether Caitlin can keep rising. She will. The real question is whether the WNBA can rise with her. Can the league expand, adapt, and capitalize on this moment? Because Caitlin Clark has handed them the spotlight.
Some players been jealous? Yes, that probably exists. To me, yeah, sure. I mean, y'all got money, like,
What they do with it will determine the future of the sport. One thing is certain, Caitlin Clark isn't here to follow anyone's rules. She's here to change the game, and she already has.